Evening. I thought I'd do a little update on the hills that I've been making. It took me a few weeks just working on them now and again, but I've just about finished my first batch. I make them from the expanding foam. I think I got this one at the range. It's about £7, although I've since bought some more a bit cheaper somewhere else. So you basically squirt that out onto some greaseproof paper in various sizes, wait for it all to dry, and then cut it up and sand it down. So this is what they kind of start off like, a blob of foam, and then you can see that I tend to cut them into shapes because it starts off as a kind of a rounded blob, and then you shape them any way you like. So I put in a few sort of ledges I could stand a figure on, and then make the top flat so I can stand figures on. And you'll see that there are lots of air holes, and I just use some filler. So I cover the whole thing in filler, and that gets rid of the or fills in the holes, makes it a smooth surface. Wait for that to dry, and then I paint them up. I put them on cork board, cork tiles. Got a pack of 10 from what's it called? One of the local DIY places, not B&Q. Anyway, it's one up the road from me. And this is one that I've painted up. This is the second stage. So paint them up in the colour grey or sand, depending on which genre I'm making them for. So I made the sand ones for my Wild West wargaming, and the grey ones for my European World War II stuff. Put them on a bit of cork tray, put some sand, glue some sand on with white glue, and then I stick the odd pebbles of cat litter. So these little rocks here, just cat litter. They're glued on before I paint them. So that one's painted sand colour, and then I over sort of paint with a very, very weak watery brown to fill in the crevices, and then I'll highlight 2 or 3 different highlights, and then add some terrain or some little bits and pieces to it. So here's one that's finished. So you can see it's highlighted up nicely, arranging. These ones start out very, very dark, almost black, dark grey, and then a medium grey, and then two highlights of light grey, and then a final highlight of white. And then I've put some scenery bits and pieces on this. I've got some grass tufts, some flowers, a bit of flock, green flock, some more tufts in the form of bushes, a bit of lichen here and there, just to jazz it up a little bit and make it a bit more scenic. So I'm quite pleased with those. They're coming along nicely. Here's a small one, again with flock, dried grass, lichen, bit of dried grass, some flock, and those cat litter mini rocks. So again, this one starts off as sand, then a brown wash, and then some lighter sand and some white highlighting. So that's making a nice little collection. So I've done 4 of those, 6 of these, and then I've just done a dozen smaller ones. And I quite fancy doing a larger one, maybe some kind of canyon effect along to go along one side of the wargames terrain. So I'm quite pleased with those. Work in progress, but these ones will be ready to go on the wargaming tables. Thanks for watching. Bye.